Hey, primates! Links to the video we reacted to today are in the description below. Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as hit the little bell to be notified whenever we go live or put out new content. It really helps us out. Thank you so much. Enjoy the show!
Rating P. Diddy's apology video.
No freaking way. Okay, Mr. Gamer wanted me to check this out as well. Alright, we're gonna check it out real quick.
You've been keeping up with everything, you know. There's been
I'll try not to pause because I really do gotta go.
We've made a video about going through the court document of like what is all being alleged against him, and there's a lot of really bad allegations.
Oh, that's one way to put it. Yeah. All right. I'll tell you what, my dudes. Like the video. I'm gonna share this on the Discord. Please go drop him a like. Go drop him a sub. I don't know much about their content. It's actually the first time I'm reacting. So maybe let's see what this is about. But let's be honest. Anybody who poops on Diddy is probably not that bad a person, right? Am I right? Alright, let's do it.
In that, to which, of course, P. Diddy kind of disappeared. Then
go drop him a like, go drop him a comment for the algorithm. Let's do it.
Time
Watch the video.
Oh, Diddy.
And enough is enough. We talked about the last couple of weeks. He sat silently and watched people try to assassinate his character and destroy his reputation, his legacy. They're just trying to get a quick payday. He's not putting up with it. He says, let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was vehemently freaking denying it till the day the footage came out, bro.
That was before. A video has come out, a terrible video that shows him in a hotel room coming after and assaulting Cassie, which I believe was his then girlfriend. But we're not going to show the video, because if you've seen it, then you know it's pretty
Bro really came out the hotel room in a towel, went to the elevators, and just like grabbed her by the neck, threw her on the floor, kicked her, punched her, grabbed her bags, took them back to the hotel room, so all her belongings were now with him. Then he came back, threw a vase at her, and continued to beat her.
Awful.
Yeah.
To which we go back to
in the hotel
room,
in front of the cameras. And where that footage went?
So does surveillance footage.
I don't know, manager of that hotel. You mind explaining that?
Oh, dude, I didn't know what I was watching when I first, like, someone showed it to me, and I was just like, oh, it was Diddy. After that, after the fact, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, watching the video was just like, this is disgusting. And then when you realize it's Diddy, oh, dude.
It's
awful. You're like, wow, something's gotta happen.
So the Los Angeles County District Attorney Office made a statement about when that video came out that says, we are aware of the video that's been circulating online allegedly depicting Sean Combs assaulting a young woman in Los Angeles. We find the images extremely disturbing and difficult to watch. If the conduct depicted occurred in 2016, unfortunately, we would be unable to charge, as the conduct would have occurred beyond the timeline where a crime of assault can be prosecuted. So there's like statute of limitations or whatever, I believe is the term. Yeah, to where there's a time limit, basically. If something terrible happens, even if there's proof, apparently they can't do anything about it, is what they're saying. Wow. And as of today, law enforcement has not presented a case related to the attack depicted in the video against Mr. Combs, but we encourage anyone who has been a victim or witness to a crime to report it to law enforcement and reach out to our office support from the Bureau of Victim Services. So what this says to me is they can't do anything about it, but they're going to show everybody so that everybody knows what this man has done, allegedly, I guess. I mean, it's right. He admitted to it being, he's
Look, I can say this. I know that we need statutes of limitations. We do. Point blank, flat out. Because there are certain situations where, after a period of time, there is far too much, like, I suppose the initial idea that I was presented with for this law is a way of protecting mainly very old people from going to jail after committing an error a long time ago. You get me? So, like, if you're 90, you won't go to jail for a crime you committed. And it's like, I can understand that. But that's, like, at a certain point, can't we just make it, like, a deal where we just sort of agree that, like, in very unique circumstances, you know, we just don't send a really old dude to jail, you know? But maybe at the same time, it's like, you know, would you send Bill Cosby to jail? Yeah, I want him to go to jail. I do. I did. Even though I was a fan of it, I wanted him to go to jail. So it's like, I have to disagree with statutes of limitations there. I have to disagree that, like, I don't like him. I don't like him. And I'm sure somebody out there is probably like, that there's like some, like, I don't get it. I don't know what does that actually protect? What do statute of limitations actually help fight back against, right? Why do they exist? I don't get it. Beyond that example I already gave. So that's kind of like where I'm mixed on that, you know? I don't know. I can't think of a good reason to have them. I'm sure it exists, otherwise why would we have it? But maybe that's just because I'm programmed by the US government. Why do we have this? And even if let's say, okay, even in a world, like, let's say, yes, we need them, they have to exist, whatever, fine. Statute of limitation, let's say it's only 2 years. What is it actually in a situation like this? Because this is BS. You could just get away with abusing your spouse, your girlfriend, as long as you get away with what? 2 years? 3 years? 4 years? 5 years? That's pretty weird to just have that law. You could totally beat your wife as long as nobody finds out about it for 4 years. You're good. Then you can tell everybody, oh yeah, I smacked the shit out of her, bro. Oh, I gave her one in the lip. You know, like, what? Can you suddenly do that? That's wild to me. Like, so what is, how long, like, I'm asking this genuinely but also sarcastically. How long do I have to keep it, like, how long, like, what's the time limit? How long do I gotta wait before I can, like, if I beat my wife, how long do I gotta keep it in the wraps for? Before I can just get away with it? Can you imagine like the ability to ask this question in the U.S.? In the United States of America? That is wild, isn't it? That just seems like such a bad, like, how is there not an accept, like, I feel like Joe Biden, the current president right now, should freaking step in here and say, we have to make an amendment right now. You feel me? Like, in situations where we have actual literal footage of the beating happening, how is there not the ability to, like, pursue like a law change or something? Like, we have a literal freaking video of it happening. Like, how is this not, like, retroactively, like, alright, screw that, the law no longer applies to you because we have an actual freaking footage of it happening? You get me?
Apologizes for it, right?
Yeah.
It's him. Yeah, I don't think there's any alleged to it anymore if he's owned up to it. And so
this is
without
blowing
further
my
ado,
mind.
let's watch his apology.
Oh, I didn't even believe.
So difficult
I didn't even believe until this dude just showed me this right now. I did not believe that the statute of limitation thing was true. I totally thought that, nah, screw that. They're totally gonna arrest him. No, I had no idea. Now I've seen the official freaking posting by the police. Like, that's freaking wild to me. I'm gonna move myself over. It seems like they use this shot quite a bit, and I don't want to block anything.
Reflect on the darkest times in your life.
Yeah, add a confession.
So this is a dark
Nah, bro,
time in his
and
life.
you mentioned too that he said that his lawyer said he can't say Cassie's name. BS. I feel like it's BS. I feel like that's BS, and I feel like the only reason he didn't say Cassie's name is because he didn't want it to be a full-blown admission of guilt. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say Cassie's name. He could just say he's apologizing about something else. He sort of has like a vagueness to it. Like, you don't know what he's apologizing about. That's why he didn't say, I apologize to Cassie for beating you. Like, if he would have said that, it would have felt a little bit more genuine, don't you think?
Yeah. Let alone hers.
Right.
You know, considering what was happening.
All right, so we did apology videos recently to where we talked about how people like will go sit in front of like I don't know, like brick or some wood and like dress down and try to look.
Oh,
like,
I'm sure they are, bro. That's
so
suspicious.
He's got it
suspicious.
angled up because I could already see like the glass staircase in the background back there. Looking
But
at
I
the
believe
roof,
we can
you know,
only
the well-lit
hire
roof,
the
lights are
youngest
pointing at it.
president we can possibly hire
he's
is
dressed pretty
40
normal,
years
nothing too
old.
fancy,
Isn't
no
that wild?
glasses on. I can't see you look at his chain out or nothing like that. I think this is dressed down for Diddy, right?
Someone
Yeah,
fact check
yeah,
me on
for
that
sure.
though.
And I hit rock bottom.
He hit her with the rock. No, okay. This is very serious.
I remember looking that
I
up
know it
once.
makes some of you guys mad when we crack jokes about some serious situations, but we're trying to keep it light. But yeah, all right.
During the whole
Hit her with
Sleepy
the
Joe
rock bottom.
situation, I remember Googling that.
My behavior on that video
And
is
I think it was like 40
inexcusable.
years old is the minimum age.
I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
Is this after the fact that you know you can't be
Like, bro, how many 40-year-olds are on TikTok? I know it's getting weird, but how many 40-year-olds are on TikTok? Let me ask you that. Yet they're making laws about TikTok?
charged for it?
Right. This is saying he's like, hey guys, you can charge me. I accept
Right,
them.
yeah. I accept that you can't do anything to me.
I'm disgusted.
Me too.
I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help.
Oh. Yeah, he went to therapy.
He was so disgusted and disturbed by his own actions that he said nothing about it ever to anyone until they brought it to light.
Yeah, I mean,
You
that's
know?
all the apology videos already. Everybody's always just sorry they got caught. But like, I'm just wondering if you go to your therapist and you're like, hey,
Bro, I know I haven't mentioned it, but I'm in love with this entire freaking outfit he's got going on. I just saw these Rem from ReZero cat-made headphones, and I want them. I want them. And this dude's convincing me to buy them right now. I want
beat
them.
a lady in the hallway
I
of
don't
a hotel.
got that kind of money, though.
I'm disgusted with myself.
And then kicked her.
You know, what, do they not call the cops?
I literally just spent $200 on freaking groceries. Okay, I cannot.
You immediately, because I know if they
can't buy
ask
nothing
you if
right
you
now,
ever
bro.
think about suicide and you say yeah, then you
And I got hearts of iron, that's it. I'm like tapped out.
What they do in that situation?
Yeah.
Like, what did you tell your when you got professional help there?
I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace.
Oh, don't bring God into this. Don't bring God.
Wow.
And, oh, I'm sorry, God.
He needed a rehab for smacking Cassie. I need smacking somebody. rehab. And then kicking them while they're down and trying to drag them to the room.
I think he's trying to. Like, if I'm trying to give it any kind of benefit of a doubt, like he was in a dark time, he was on drugs and only had to go to rehab for it, and he had some problems, and that's what caused it. I guess.
Like, what are you gonna go to therapy for, bro? Like, what exactly you gonna go to therapy for? You gonna go to the therapist? Yeah, bro, I felt so bad when I smacked the shit out of her, bro. That the weight, I can still feel the weight of the vase I chucked at her. The sound of it, the thunk when it hit her forehead, rings in my mind every night. I got nightmares of it. I remember my towel almost fell down, bro. I was so scared. I was so scared when my towel almost fell down. I was kicking her. I kicked her twice. Just to make sure that she understood that it was a kick. In case she missed it the first time. Like, what are you gonna tell a therapist? What is that gonna do? What? He's not gonna go to therapy and like, hey, so, like, how do I stop doing it? Like, what do you mean? Like, how do I stop, like, beating my girlfriends? Like, how do I stop doing that? I gotta teach you this? What do you mean? You telling me you have to be taught this? Like, what? I'm
That's
so
just me filling in
confused.
the obvious gaps here for him. But anyway,
I'm so sorry.
Oh, and yeah, no, bro, like, as far as religion go, bro, nah, screw that. As far as I'm concerned, you going to hell. Like, screw you. You a piece of ish. Like, that's it. Get out of here.
But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day.
he's sorry, but
I don't
he's
care.
doing
Your religion,
better. Of
like,
course.
religion
There we
don't
go.
matter
There's
here.
that's what we bring it around. So he's sorry.
You can, let me tell you something. I've seen it. I see it all the time. You can turn to Jesus in jail. Don't worry. They have churches in the jails. They got all, like, you can go, like, you can be religious. You can praise Jesus in jail. You can praise Jesus in jail.
Now that's come out, but did he ever like, I don't know.
You should have a
He's never said
spiritual
sorry to her,
awakening.
you
I
know?
agree.
Well,
You should
thanks for this
absolutely have a
allegation.
spiritual awakening for
Right.
this.
I doubt it.
100%. I recommend it.
I'm not
I'm
asking
personally
for
Catholic.
forgiveness.
I would suggest it.
Yes,
It
God,
has a lot of good
forgiveness,
teachings,
yes.
and it's not quite
He's
as
not
strict as
asking for our
Christianity. You know,
forgiveness either. He's
I
just
can still
telling us
party.
he's a
You
better
feel me?
person now, so
Okay,
we don't
well,
have to
you know,
forgive him, we just have to
but
believe him.
hey, you want to be
Sorry.
Christian? It's hardcore, and I respect it. It's a way tougher religion than mine. Tell you that much.
Okay,
Mine's a
that's
lot
it.
more forgiving.
And then the comments say,
I just show
"Boo,
up,
go to
confess what
hell."
I did wrong to the
Nice.
pastor, to the
Jessica
pastor.
Rose says
and,
you called her a liar.
you know, he
Tom
forgives
did
me.
exactly what it was supposed
And,
to
you know,
do.
I can at least
deserve
pretend
every
like
awful
I'm
thing
a
that's
good
coming your
person
way.
again.
Woo, man. Are you just sorry because the world saw it? If you are sorry,
My pastor knows. He knows about all the hentai. I just gotta admit it. You know, he had to find out one way or another. Like, what do you mean? How am I gonna get forgiven?
we offer her an apology. Yeah, and then like this is what I kind of wanted earlier while I was watching that. Like between the hotel staff,
That's
law
my therapy,
enforcement,
bro.
countless others. How many people?
That
that
is literally he is literally the first therapist I ever got, bro. I just tell him all the bad stuff I did.
Someone had that clip. They've been sitting on it, and that's why it exists now, right?
Yo, I wonder if that was some of the stuff that was taken from, like, you know what I mean, from his mansion, because he's had videos, alleged videos, and all types of other things there. You know what I mean? So I wonder if this is just like something they found, and like, bam, look at this.
Nah, I think that someone's been sitting on that for a while. I think that has been known about.
And they were waiting for the right time to hit him with it.
My biggest sin. All right, here you go. My biggest sin that I had to confess to an El Pastor. I went on a camping trip here in California. Most grade schools will send you on a camping trip to see me, Catalina Islands, and I went there. We had a friend of ours. He had one of those wind-up cameras, the Kodaks. And as a prank, we wound it up and took a couple of pictures of our crotches, me and another friend of mine. And then we gave it back to him. And you know, when he went to get them all like printed out and stuff, his family had one heck of a surprise, bro. I am a garbage person. I am a piece of ish. I apologize to him. I am a terrible human being. There you go, Jeez. You are. I have said it in the past. I am not a good person. I've said I am a very I'm quite literally a prick. So I've been stupid before. I was young. Trust me. I was a teenager. This was like in middle school, by the way. I think it was like the 5th grade, something like that. All right, there you go. There you go. I am a garbage person too. Let it be known here. I have never claimed to be a good or a heavenly figure or a freaking. No, I am not a great person either. Okay. There you go. So they pretty much just threw all that away. They threw burned it to the head. I am sorry. I apologize again. I am sorry.
Yeah,
If you ever watch this.
and which the right
There
time
you go.
would have probably been
Exclusive story
a long time ago,
of the monkey
yeah,
for you.
I don't know. It's kind of just discussing the.
I'm
fact
a
that it
garbage.
is
Yeah,
now
I mean, I'm
finally
absolutely.
coming out, but it's too late for anything.
I'm a terrible person. I'm a garbage person.
Yeah, I think though this is a man who scares people. You know what I mean? Like, there's also a video of him.
And
like,
I did
literally
apologize to
going
him.
Crazy in his office.
To this day, he never
I
actually
can do whatever I
accepted it.
want.
I tried to, you know, what can I do? I gotta
the
live
guy
with that.
really
He
believes
was
me.
pissed off. He was pissed off.
And you can tell.
He still
Well,
probably
50
is.
Cent's Instagram, which is that this dude has been just trolling and like just milking this as much as he possibly can. Not all of it stays up. Some of it gets taken down, but he posted a screenshot of this. Cassie Ventura responds to Diddy, who is the victim in that video. ... that he was only compelled to apologize once his repeated denials were proven false shows his pathetic desperation, and no one will be swayed by his
I
disingenuous.
will say just one little point. That's why I also I tend to be a little bit more understanding of like the Jack Dohertys, and like because I know some of these dudes who are really young, they're stupid. They're acting stupid. You know, the Johnny Sommeliers, they're stupid. They're acting stupid. I was stupid. I acted stupid too. You get me? Like, I understand. You know, everyone is young, but at a certain point, there are certain things that I feel like, at least in my personal experience, I never did. You get me? Like, I never violated a woman. You know, I would have sleepovers with women and stuff like that, and I did not. You get me? I never launched at myself at somebody. Looking at you, Karu, whatever the frick the tiger guy is in the VTuber community. You get me? Chill out, bro. So I'm just saying.
Use words. That's what she thinks about that apology.
Yeah, he's
Imagine
23.
denying that it ever happened.
He's 23. I remember being stupid. I remember being an idiot. You know? But there are certain things that I'm like, no, I would not, like, anyone with a logical freaking brain at that age, you're grown up enough. Like Johnny, like, for example, Johnny at 23, he knows not to be talking to no 17-year-old. You get me? He knows. He knows. Who we playing? Who we talking about? He knows not to go talk to a 14-year-old, you know? EDP 445. Come on. You know. Come on. You're not stupid. You're 23. You get me? You get me?
That didn't happen. Nope, not.
Watch the language, though. I don't like censorship, but I get in trouble for language like that in the future.
Not at all. And then the video comes out, you're like, oh, shoot.
I'm
Oh,
so
that
sorry,
one.
I'm not gonna take it out on you, but I
Yeah,
get in
that
trouble
one I'm
if
sorry
that
about.
that stays on.
You know, like, dude, get out of here.
But as far as rating the apology video, well, I mean, kept it short and sweet and to the point, you know. Was dressed down appropriately, you know, checks for that.
He didn't sing a song. He didn't bust out the ukulele.
Didn't bust out the ukulele. Should have busted. Points off for not busting out the ukulele.
That's points off.
He's getting therapy. He brought religion into it. But, you know, didn't really overdo it to the point of just disgust. It was, you know, it would have been a good apology if the circumstances were just not anything like they are.
Right.
Like if maybe he said something offensive on a YouTube video one time or something, maybe that would have been an appropriate apology for what it, you know. But this, dude,
It was worse than the.
So what are we rating this, kid?
It was worse than the Logan Paul apology,
the
bro.
Diddler gets.
It was definitely worse than a Logan Paul apology.
0 out of 10 for me.
Full blown.
Whatever, screw that dude. that's trashy.
0 out of 10.
Ah, dude, that's awful.
Yeah.
That is awful.
I'm also gonna have to give him a 0 out of 10, considering, you know, he's like, you know what? Since I beat her, I'm doing better in life. Just so you guys know, I'm better now since I beat her.
Agreed, but now he got. I mean, if there's no karma, look what just happened. You're good, just careful. But yeah, no. I don't know if you believe in karma or not, but F around, find out. That simple. Fudge around, find out. Fudge around, find out. He fudged around a lot. I think he just found out.
I had to get that out of my system. Diddy. Oh man, I think just like chat. They said, I hope he gets everything coming to him.
Of course, I disagree
It's disgusting.
with violence.
I hope that all the truth comes out.
I don't think anybody
not-
should go and
not
assault
even
people
just
like
him,
that.
just like
That's not the way to
everybody
handle it.
That's
I think the police
the elites
industry
that are
should do
behind the
more,
scenes doing
be
all this
involved
crazy
more,
stuff that
call it
always
a
covers
public
up for.
disturbance,
I hope
something.
it all gets aired out. There's like this
I
big,
think they should be allowed to
I don't know if
arrest
you keep
people
up
who
with
are a
TikTok or
public
anything, but
nuisance
a
like
big
that.
Cancel, like,
If
block
anything, that's the way I
celebrities and
would
stuff on
prefer for it
TikTok
to be
going on
handled.
right now.
But we don't live in a perfect world
and what
either.
they're saying
So
is that
for some
they
people,
believe that the
like me,
people are paying to
we
be
can just say
unblocked
what can be
because
done.
people are like, I
what can be
blocked
done.
these people, and
But
now
for some
they're
people,
not
they take
blocked
action,
anymore.
and it's like,
and
hey,
so I had to
that's-
block them again, and then
that's-
I check
everyone's
back,
gonna
and they're
react differently.
unblocked again. Yeah, there's like a whole thing going on that with TikTok.
All
right
that gang
now.
of
Because
people,
just
they
kinda-
knew who
they're
he
just tired
was,
of, like,
and they were tired of him.
not just like the abuse and like the criminal things that are going on, but even like at a more basic level, just like the disconnect and like the tone deafness and all that. Like people are just kind of tired of it, which I say good. But that means eventually they're going to turn against me because, you know, we are the greatest YouTubers of all time, Dane. They're going to come for us one day.
That's true.
They're going to come. But today, it's not today.
It's not this.
Today is not that day.
That ain't today.
Oh, go
we gotta
drop
get
these
to 5
guys.
million subscribers before we do that, guys.
I already know I'm gonna love these dudes. I'm gonna subscribe right now. Anybody who freaking memes Lord of the Rings gets a subscription from me. Let's go. Anybody who freaking memes Lord of the Rings
Mary
gets a
can have a chair
subscription
one
from
day.
me.
So subscribe,
Let's
all that cool
go.
stuff. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this awful
Absolutely.
situation. Today's your birthday.
Love
Happy
it,
birthday.
love
You
it,
should
love
touch
it.
my
Love
friends'
to hear
buttons.
it, love to
Next
see
time.
it.
Bye-bye. Boo! Go to hell.
I'm so happy to see this change in the world though, where people are starting to notice the patterns in every single person's freaking like apology, in the way that they react, in the way that they talk. I've seen horrible things in the past, especially when I was a teenager and got internet connection for the first time, but I've grown up, realized the circumstances, renewed myself, and fixed my problems. Today, I'm more conscious of the world and evil, but also of good and God. I'm thankful that I got support, but I guess many people don't get the support and grow up egotistical and evil people. Absolutely, dude. And that's the biggest thing that's the biggest positive that the internet has, is the ability to allow people to see the whole world. It really opened up our eyes, really widened our horizons, so to speak. And now we can really look at everything and see the connections, you know? Whereas in the past, people didn't know about a lot of this stuff because all you knew was your neighborhood. All you knew was your pueblo. In my particular case with my grandfather and stuff, they very recently got a road created to their freaking rancho. They very recently got internet cabling passed over there. And it's a huge difference now that we can communicate and be on like freaking video chat and stuff and be informed like to the family, especially in their old age. It's important to keep the lines of communication. And to a lot of my family, just because I only use my social media and stuff as like a, for promotional stuff like that. But it's always good to use stuff like that and find out what's going on and keep connected. It's amazing. I love the updates. Stuff like that. It really helps, create a lot of connections and opens up a lot of horizons. Really opens up your eyes to the world, and now people are finally seeing everything. They can see. Well, like freaking Cat Williams said it best. There's no other better way to say it. Absolutely. And that's the amazing part about the internet as well. Well, I guess in the platform you're on. Anybody who's a terrible person to you, at this point, just block them, ban them, get rid of them. Don't deal with them in your life. Get rid of them. There's no point in keeping toxicity. And I understand in some circumstances it's impossible to avoid them. We all gotta deal with something to that degree at a certain point. You kind of gotta just try to make the best of what you can. Even at a bad situation, you gotta try to make the best out of it that you can. A bit of patience can go a long way. Thank you so much, Primates, for watching this all the way to the end. Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as hit the little bell for a rainbow explosion that will go ahead and notify you every single time we go live or put out new content. Thank you so much, goodbye, and thanks for swinging by.